Hey Mama, welcome to Mindfulness 101. I am Anna Milne and I'm here to share with you my top 3 tools to start bringing peace into your home. Now, this is a beginner class. I don't know how familiar you are with mindfulness, what you've heard about it, but these are my top 3 tools to really start bringing that peace into your home and really sidestepping that chaos and that tornado of feelings that we have surrounding you. And I'm going to just share my journey of how I was able to come from that out of control mama who lived consistently on autopilot to really bringing peace and calm into my home. And autopilot can be used in many different ways. Autopilot is, I don't know if you've ever driven home from work or picked up the kids and you walk in the door and you're like, whew. And then you're like, I don't even remember the drive here. That's autopilot. Or, sometimes we get caught in the mundane. We get up, we have our coffee, we make breakfast, we make lunches, we drop the kids off, we go to work, we come back, we watch TV, we watch The Bachelor, we go to bed, we wake up the next morning, we have breakfast, we make the kids lunches. That is just really living on autopilot and just doing the same old, same old. And I just want to share with you today of how I was be able to bring peace and calm and really sidestep that tornado of feelings. I want you to know mindfulness isn't a new agey woo woo thing. I admit I was kind of hesitant about really embracing what it was, but it has been the thing that changed everything for me. And the way I practice it's not connected to any religious sect or anything. It's just what works for me, and it's really something that I believe wholeheartedly we need to step into. So, what exactly is mindfulness? And this really helps to understand it's the act of bringing your attention to the present moment, including your current thoughts, your feelings, your bodily sensations, with calm acknowledgement and acceptance. This is the best quote and kind of breakdown that I find of what mindfulness really is. Here's some amazing benefits of continued mindfulness is decreased stress, increase of focus and awareness, lowered blood pressure, increase of sleep, and experience being calm. I don't know about you, but decrease stress, increase focus, increase in sleep, and calm. Anything that would bring me that when my house is full of chaos, I am totally in. And my promise to you today is that you'll find a calmness within yourself and also your family. You will gain confidence and your sleep will improve. See, that's me. I am really was that out of control mom. Yelling was my thing. I was frantic. And I remember it so clearly and vividly. During one of my yelling friendlies, I could hardly recognize myself. It's like I kind of side split somehow, and I was looking at myself and I'm like, who are you? You know, I did not recognize who that person was. It wasn't when I was a little girl, 8 or 9, and I dreamed of being a mother. That was not the motherhood that I dreamed of. I didn't recognize myself. And then afterwards, I was filled with total mama guilt that I either made up with it with eating my own weight by myself after the kids have gone to bed in ice cream, chocolate bars, cheesies, or trying to buy my forgiveness from the kids, or sometimes both. I would be such guilt ridden and filled with it that I would have bought my kids anything. Mommy's really sorry. Let's go to McDonald's. Mommy's really sorry. Remember that toy that you really wanted, that new shirt? It's yours in the morning. I am so sorry. And this became such a routine thing for me. And somewhere on my journey of life, I really discovered mindfulness. I was so hesitant, as I said before, because I thought it was all about meditation and really and sitting still. And you know what? I soon learned I was way, way off. Now, I really want you to watch this whole masterclass today because I really know the training will change everything for you as it did for me. And I invite you, you know, if I say anything and you're confused about how to apply it or confused about what I mean, at the end I'll have some contact information. Just jot it all down. I'd be happy to kind of go over it and making it a little bit clearer for you. So my ultimate goal through this is to have you leave with new tools to use within your family in your day-to-day life, and to really, help reduce that nagging, that yelling, and that all over daily stress. So what if? Just imagine, I want you to close your eyes, imagine with me. What if sleep is improved? What if stress is reduced? What if you become more aware in life? What if yelling is reduced and you begin to feel more calm? What does that look like for you? How are you feeling right now? Just picture that in your mind. How different would your life look like in a week from now? In a day from now, even tomorrow morning? How about a month or 2 months from now? What, what would that look like? But what if? What if? So open your eyes now and just have a look at this quote. When we get too caught up with the busyness of the world, we lose connection with one another and ourselves. Somebody love that. I'm going to read it again. When we get too caught up in the busyness of the world, we lose connection with one another and ourselves. So for me, this is being more mindful, and I'll go through my top 3 tools. Just help me let go of that busyness. Really help me gain connection with myself and with my family as well. And so what I've done, be sure to stay to the very end. I've created you all 100% free ebook. And what I do is take the practices that I talked to today and really give you more. This is how passionate I am about mindfulness, that I created this little ebook, the ABCs on mindfulness, and that's complimentary for you to keep with you, to print, to just has my thank you for listening and for to help you on your journey of mindfulness. You know what? It's more than just an ebook. It's a practical guide on how to become a beginner in mindfulness. It's printable, so you can kind of have a reminder for yourself. You can kind of keep it around, put it where you need to put it, and it is something that can be your go-to book. It's going to be a go-to resource, and it will include some exercises you can include in your daily life. It's something to keep around, have with you, and even if the time comes and you feel comfortable sharing it with your family as well. So be sure to stay to the very end. I'll have the link and ways that you can have that printed if you want, or just keep it around with you wherever you go. So you might be saying at this point, okay, I know a little bit about you, but why listen to you? What is it that you are? My answer to you on that is I have been there. I have totally been there with the out of controlness, and I get it. I totally get it. And I am so passionate about this mindfulness that I know that it's changed my life. So I am passionate about sharing it with others. This picture could have been me, quite frankly. Because before mindfulness, I was living life on autopilot. I was so stressed out. I was so out of control, and I relied on shrieking. My yelling fits sometimes turned to shrieking. I don't know if you can relate to that. And threats that I adore my children. They are somewhat like me. My youngest one is stubborn as all stubborn. That I used to go through this. Mom wants you to do this. No, I'm going to take away this. I'm going to take away this. And then, I just have this whole ream of things that I used to be taken away from her. And of course, I wouldn't, because half the things that, taken away your bed, she would have been without a bed. But I just really relied on that, of not knowing what to work through with my daughter, and the threats became there with her. You know what? I was really exhausted. I felt so emotionally beaten that this was me. This is me, could be me, just yelling, going yelling into a pillow, yelling at anything. And no wonder I was so exhausted because I was just so beaten. So why listen to me? I understand. I am walking the walk. I know how chaos is. I know how out of control it is. So I can understand the peace and wanting something and wanting the chaos to stop, wanting the yelling to stop. So I totally get it. And that's why I started this is because I know what that peace now is about. And it's something that I wish, my daughter's almost 15 years ago that I would have discovered. And that's why I want to share it with everybody is I can save somebody that years and years of exhaustion, then yeah, that's more why I'm sharing it as well. And it was a few years ago I discovered mindfulness and it changed me from the out of control hysteria mom to the now calm, rational mom that you see me as right now, here and there. That I can take big breaths, that I can see from my daughter's point of view that it's not relying on threats and guilt and shrieking to have things change with my daughter, that we can have an open conversation, that I can come and be aware of myself enough that I know I need to take a time out before I get to that spot of hysteria. That embracing that calm in the midst of chaos. So I thank you again so much for being here, so much for walking on this journey of mindfulness with me, because I get it. I totally get that out of controlness. And from that piece is why I started the Flourishing Mom Tribe group on Facebook, and why I created the coaching, because I know that it's taken me years and years and years to get to this place. And if I can stop that whole chaos for somebody else and lessen the time that it takes to gain peace in your family, that's what I feel is my passion. That's what I'm here to do, is to shorten that time to get from embracing chaos to peace. If I can shorten that, it took me years and years and years. If I can share my learning, my skills with somebody else, that's why I created the Flourishing Moms Time. Are you guys ready? You ready to dive in on the 3 tools? So if you haven't already, grab a notebook, grab some water, and let's begin. So tool number 1, awareness. Now, awareness is noticing what is around you, being in the present, and using all your senses to enjoy life. And it's slowing down and doing one thing at a time. Somewhere around the lines, multitasking as a mom became that badge of honor, that if we can talk on the phone, text, cook dinner, tell our kids what to do, make cupcakes, show up at school on time, doing all these things all at once somehow became, I'm a super mom because I'm doing all this. But is it any wonder that we're not sleeping? House is chaotic because we've got so many things on the go. So yes, there's a time and place for it. I'm not saying that never do that, but becoming more aware is just slowing down enough to notice what's around you and being in the present. And think about this. When is the last time that you've used all your senses to enjoy life? Can you remember a time that you did that? And slowing down to really do one thing at a time. Benefits of being more aware. It brings in the calm, improvement in relationships, fosters confidence, creativity. You begin to respond rather than react, gauges all your senses, and you become more tuned to your body. Do you know anybody that could use some of that stuff? I'll bring in the calm. Huge, huge. Be more in tune with your body. Improve relationships, whether it's your partner, your kids, your husband, your wife, mother, daughter, anything, those relationships. And being in tune to your body is huge. because I know sometimes habit is we don't have time to slow down to listen to our bodies. We get a headache, we take some Tylenol, but becoming more aware is listening to our body, checking in with our body. I got a headache or I got a pain in my neck. I wonder if I just going through a checklist. Okay, did I drink water today? Did I eat? Oh no, I haven't eaten breakfast. Well, maybe that's why I have a headache and just checking in with ourselves before just trying to solve the problem, kind of look at how it was created. So you might be thinking, okay, Anna, that's nice. But how? So just want to do a quick little exercise with you and either grab something that's near you or pause and go to the kitchen and grab a piece of fruit. And I'm going to teach you how to become more aware and how to use all of our senses. So first, I want you to have a look at what you ever have. I have a banana. So just want you guys to look at it. Notice the color. Is it the same color? Is it all different colors? Does it change color? My banana is orange. No, it's not. Sorry. My banana is yellow and has some spots of brown on it. What shape is that fruit or whatever you have? My banana's kind of smile shaped. And if you have like an orange, is it completely round? Or kind of oblongish? Does it have marks on it or bruises? Put it up to your nose. Does it smell? Turn it around. Does it smell the same somewhere else? Do you like the smell? Tap on it gently. Does it make a sound? Can you feel anything? So don't squish it too much. Just feel it. What does it feel like on your fingers? Close your eyes and just feel it and see what that feels like. You can open them again. So I want you to open it or take a bite of it depending on what you have. And what does it taste like? Do you like the taste? What does it feel like? Sometimes an apple can be mealy. My banana can be mushy. Is it something that you like? So this is an exercise you can do anytime during the day. I invite you to try it with different things. Try it with your kids. If you find your kids are having a hard time focusing on one thing or another, do this exercise with them. Help them to focus and have them grab their favorite fruit. See how they're able to go through all the different activities. Some other ways to become more aware on a daily basis is like we did just now. Use as much as possible your five senses. You're seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling, hearing. When you go out for a walk, engage those all. Go for a walk with your kids and play a game on what we can hear, and especially hearing. I find when I'm out on a walk, the longer I stand and listen, the more deeper my hearing goes. Like when you get past, depending on where you are, get past the first initial cars and that kind of stuff, and you really stand for a little bit more, there's almost like a different layer that comes up that you can hear deeper. You can hear the birds. And then it gets deeper and you can hear water or crickets, or depending on where you are, you can just keep getting deeper. It's a beautiful thing about our hearing is it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper the more we stand silent. Another way is become more aware of it and really break up that autopilot is take a different route. When you drive your kids to school, go a different route. See what you can see a new neighborhood. Or even when you go to work, change it up a little bit. Go to get groceries even. Go to, depending on where you live, if it's possible, um, go to a new store. I invite you even each week when you do grocery shopping, pick up a fruit or vegetable that you don't even know what it is. Grab one of them and just try it. Make it a family fun thing. Try it, see if you like it, and do the five senses. See how much you like it or don't like it, and just kind of find recipes and incorporate that in your daily life. I'm a big journal girl, so take your journal with you and just write down what you notice. Draw a picture if you like. Different sights and its smells. And just kind of, take that with you and see what kind of differences you can do on a daily basis. So these are some great things that I invite you to do to just become more aware on a daily basis. So tool number 2 is breathing. Yes, breathing. And yes, we do it on a daily basis. But how much do you notice on a daily basis? How much do you take in when you're doing it? Yeah, and we do breathe all the time, but it's a miraculous thing that we do. But how often do we note us breathing? It's just something that happens kind of in the background, like our computer and those silly updates all the time. But do we ever really stop and think of all what's involved in us breathing? And this is where kind of mindfulness breathing comes into play. So benefits of mindful breathing. And yes, that's me. I had a purple hair face. So that's me there, just kind of doing some mindful breathing in the middle of the forest. And my shoes, my hair match the background of this slide today. So benefits of mindful breathing: stress reduction, increased alertness, calmness, creativity, and awareness. So really, again, with stress reduction, helping us sidestep that chaos, increase alertness, which is huge, the calmness, just helping us to become more calm. I'm not saying that chaos is necessarily going to stop immediately, but we're able to stay calm within that. We become creativity and we have more awareness in what we're doing for day to day. So what I want you to do is just do a little example of what mindful breathing is. So if you can, lie on the ground. If not, get yourself comfortable. And all we're going to do is breathe. So what I want you to do is, if your thoughts wander off to the million and one things, different things that can wander off, just acknowledge it and bring yourself back. Don't discard it. Just don't say, oh, why is this keep doing it? Just say, okay, and then bring yourself back to your breathing. So all I want you to do is just breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. So go. Just do that once. And the next time, we're going to do it again. The next time you do it, I just want you to notice. Look down and notice your body. So breathe and then notice what's moving. Is your stomach moving if you're laying down? Is your chest moving? Are your lungs expanding? How about your nostrils? Are those expanding? And then breathe out. What is your cheek doing? Can you feel it on your lips? Sometimes my lips get kind of itchy when I do some breathing. Sometimes it's okay if spittle comes out of your mouth. That's part of it too. Just notice your breathing. So do that again. In through your nose, notice what's happening in your body, your nostrils, your chest, and out through your mouth. Can you feel that breath? Even you can put your hand in front of your mouth. Is it warm? Is it cool? What do you notice now? I want you to just notice your body. After we've done a couple breaths together, do you notice anything different in your body? Do you feel calmer? Do you feel more relaxed? Just take note. All we're doing is taking note. If you've got that piece of paper beside you, just take note on how you're feeling after we do a couple breaths. Do you notice a difference? And if you don't, totally okay too. Just write down what you feel. And I encourage you to kind of bring this into your daily life. Start practicing this 1 to 2 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. And it can be done pretty well anywhere. While in the shower, when you're bathing, waiting for your coffee to brew, because even though it's only a few minutes, it seems to take forever for me in the morning. So you can do some breathing then. You do it in the car. This is a good one. While waiting for kids to get ready. Instead of that nagging, why isn't anybody get ready? Do some breathing. When you get up at a red light, with the hysteria mama used to be, I was such a road rage. Oh, I think my daughter prayed for her life every time she got in the car with me and we were coming through rush hour. So I started mindful breathing and just calming myself down. If someone cut me off, then that person cut me off. It was okay. I remember the first time I did it, my daughter looked at me and said, Mom, aren't you going to yell at that guy? I'm like, no, it's all good. She goes, but he cut you off. Yeah, it's all good. Still going to get home at the same time. I think she just lost it while she was looking at me. She kept wondering what's going on, rolling her eyes, looking back at me. But it was such a huge thing. It just affected the rest of our evening when I would get home like that. So also in the line at the grocery store, while on hold, you're calling your bank, credit card company, anyway, just do some breathing. What I've done with my daughter as well, my daughter is highly anxious about a lot of things. And I've taught her this to just start breathing when she starts feeling anxious and just gives her the ability to calm herself down. And also, we can build that thing. She went to drop off a resume, and you can build this into your mind that people are going to laugh, that you don't know what to say, and by the end of it, you're envisioning yourself falling down the stairs on giving them the resume. But just being able to bring yourself to a place that you're calm and knowing I'm in the moment, I'm breathing, and I'm, gonna be totally okay. So I hope all that makes sense. And so tool number 3 is gratitude. And I love calling it gratitude attitude. And it's really having an attitude of gratitude at all times. Easy peasy when it's sunny, the days are going well. But what about, when it's pouring rain and you're late for work, the dog just pooped in your shoes? It's just in that moment to stop ourselves from becoming that out of control hysteria is finding one thing to be grateful for. Like, even dishes are piling up, laundry to do. I have dishes, we have food, we have clothes. Is finding that one thing that we can be totally grateful for in that moment. Love quotes. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving. Turn routine jobs like that laundry I mentioned into joy. And change ordinary opportunities into blessing. So I'll read that once more. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Just switching it a little bit when the dishes are piling up, like I said. Yeah, I'm so grateful my kids ate tonight. I had food. And just finding that one thing. It's just really embracing it and finding something to be grateful for into the moment. So what's so special about gratitude? It improves self-esteem, sleep better. There's that sleep better again. Improves overall health and well-being. We might notice a theme about that whole sleeping better. Improves overall health and well-being and creates empathy. So again, is there something on that list that you'd like to? I know sleep better was huge for me. So how to bring gratitude into your life. Start a gratitude journal. Write 3 things that you're grateful for in the morning and 3 new ones before sleeping. I invite you, encourage you to do this. I just recently saw a study and heard somebody, I believe it was on a TED Talk, that talked about 75% of people before they go to bed and in the morning, first in the morning, before their feet even hit the floor of their bed, they're in such a negative state that they're, oh my gosh, how am I going to feed the kids? And they're probably yelling and I don't like my job. And they go through this whole chondra of things that are wrong with that day before they even get up. And the same thing before they go to bed, lying in bed, stressing about bills, stressing about, work the next day. Ugh, what am I going to tell my boss? And all these things that go to bed, that last thing you're thinking before you go to bed. And it really makes sense that why we can't sleep and why we don't get good sleep because this is running through our minds. So I really encourage you to start a gratitude journal. Write 3 things before you get into bed. Maybe don't even write. You can just think of them in your head that you're grateful for in the morning and then 3 new ones before sleeping. So I challenge you to do that and let me know how it goes. See if things change for you. And then when you're out and about and notice something beautiful, comment on it to someone. If you see somebody wearing a cool outfit or has beautiful hair or does something special, encourage you to tell them. Lift people up around you and just really share that. Cashier at the mall that you're buying groceries from. Hey, love your top. Really looks good on you. Smile and greet people, especially in lineups. Instead of, I used to complain about lineups. Now I start talking to people beside me, and you know what? It doesn't matter if they think I'm weird because I'm asking them questions, but for the people love interacting. So just smile and greet people. Write someone a letter. If you ever sitting around and you have someone's name pop in your mind, send them a quick postcard and say, hey, thought of you today. Lots of love. Glad you're my friend. This I challenge, and this really was a challenge for me. Pick a day and not complain about anything, no matter what. Don't complain about something. When you make meals, think how much you love the people you're cooking for. Think of times you've laughed together. Like really, when you're cooking meals, I admit, I'm so blessed. My daughter is a master chef in the making now that she's older, so she cooks a lot of meals. I am beyond blessed. But I remember when they were little on cooking's not my thing, so I was like, oh, I gotta cook this meal and they're not gonna like it. And why am I even bothering to cook? And blah blah blah. And such state of I hate cooking, and that's all that would go through my mind. And half the time I'd burn the food, which is really no wonder. Um, and the kids wouldn't eat it. I'm sure it tasted like sourness because of this is what I put into it. So switch it around and it just remember fun times with your kids and just remember of how much you really love the people. Volunteer, not gossip. It's easy. I even find sometimes easy to get caught up with complaints at work. Just sidestep, just walk away. That water cooler talk, probably an old school term, but a water cooler talk, just walk away and just promise yourself that you'll bring in goodness and gratitude into your life from here on in. So let's review the 3 tools to start bringing peace into your home: awareness, breathing, and gratitude. So remember, awareness, it's thinking of one thing at a time. And it's engaging all 5 senses into your daily life, really bringing that focus in what's happening in the present moment. And doing that a few times a day when you're out and about and taking the different routes to work, finding a new store to do grocery shopping. So that piece is all about awareness, doing one thing at the moment and being present in the moment. I don't know about you, but when I see breathing, I need to do that deep breath. So breathing, doing the mindful breathing and really bringing our thoughts back to our body and just bringing them into the moment and just focusing on our breathing. Nothing more, not analyzing it, not looking at it, but really just bringing it into breathing and noticing what's happening into our bodies. And the suggestion was doing it for 1 to 2 minutes, about 2 to 3 times a day. And having an attitude of gratitude. First thing I suggest is, even if 3 is too many, one thing that you're grateful for when you lie down to sleep, think of that one thing that you're grateful for the day. And then in the morning, before you get up in the morning, one thing that you're grateful for. And I'd love to hear from you. See if you've noticed anything changing in that. You can even do it as a supper time. When you're around the table at supper time, ask the kids, name one good thing that happened today. One thing that you loved about today. Just creating that habit within your family. So I'm really hoping all that kind of made sense. And my hope is that you really found this masterclass valuable and you're able to take these 3 tools and moving them forward.